Good morning students. Today we have lecture number 12 on fluids. Lecture number 12 on fluid mechanics, and we have completed all the theory parts of this chapter. And now let us solve some numericals related to this one for first year. This is for first year. Okay. So let us solve some numericals. Numericals on fluids. Numericals on fluids. Some important numericals. Okay. Read on the question. I will dictate the question. You have to write the question. Take a pen and paper and start writing. Pause the video, take pen and paper and then start writing. So question number 1. So first numerical. Write down. I will dictate. A hydraulic automobile lift is designed. A hydraulic automobile lift. A hydraulic automobile lift is designed to lift cars. A hydraulic automobile lift is designed to lift cars with a maximum mass of 3000 kg. With a maximum mass of 3000 kg. You please stop. A hydraulic automobile lift is designed to lift cars with a maximum mass of 3000 kg. You please stop. The area of cross section of the piston. The area of cross section of the piston. The area of cross section of the piston carrying the load is. The area of cross section of the piston carrying the load is 425 centimeter square. 425 square centimeter. 425 square centimeter. You please stop. The area of cross section of the piston carrying the load is 425 square centimeter. You please stop. What maximum pressure? What maximum pressure would the smaller piston? What maximum pressure would the smaller piston have to bear? What maximum pressure would the smaller piston have to bear? Question mark. What maximum pressure would the smaller piston have to bear? Okay. So first understand the question. First read the question again and understand the question. So then write the given data, then try to solve the numericals. Here, first understanding the question is very important. Here, what they have given? A hydraulic automobile lift is designed to lift cars with a maximum mass of 3000 kg. The maximum mass that can be lifted with that hydraulic lift is 3000 kg. That is maximum mass to be lifted. Maximum mass to be lifted, or that can be lifted. So M is equal to 3000 kg. They have given. Read the sentence, you will understand. The area of cross section of the piston carrying the load is 425 square centimeter. So area of cross section is given. This area of cross section. Area of cross section A is equal to 425 square centimeter. So make it into that is in a SI unit, that is 425 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. In meter square it will become 425 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Or you can write 4.25 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter square. It is 4.25 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter square. Square centimeter. Centi means 10 to the power minus 2. So 10 to the power minus 2 square is 10 to the power minus 4. So shift the decimal point here. So 4.25 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter square. Understood? Okay. Then what else they have given? What maximum pressure would the smaller piston have to bear? So first find out the maximum pressure on the bigger piston. Maximum pressure on a bigger piston. Maximum pressure on bigger piston. Did you understood which concept it is? It is based on which concept? It is application of Pascal's law. Have you studied Pascal's law? Application of Pascal's law, hydraulic lift. You have studied about the hydraulic lift. So on that concept this numerical is. So maximum pressure on bigger piston, that is P is equal to F divided by A, that is force divided by area, and force is nothing but weight of the car, and weight of the car is mg divided by A. So therefore P is equal to mg, that is mass of the car, maximum mass of the car is 3000 kg into g, that is 9.8 divided by area of cross section, that is 4.25 into 10 to the power minus 2. So now do the calculation. You only do the calculation, I will directly write the answer. You do the calculation with small calculator, you can use small calculator and you can do the calculation. The answer comes out to be 6.92 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So this is the maximum pressure on bigger piston. Maximum pressure on bigger piston, and this pressure is transmitted. This pressure is equally transmitted. According to Pascal's law, the pressure is equally transmitted in all direction. Equally transmitted in all direction. In all directions. Therefore, maximum pressure on smaller piston. Therefore, maximum pressure on smaller piston will be same as maximum pressure on bigger piston. So, therefore, maximum pressure on a smaller piston will be same as maximum pressure on a bigger piston, because how much pressure is applied to the bigger piston, that much of pressure is transmitted to smaller piston. So therefore P dash is equal to that is maximum pressure on bigger piston. We have got all the answer, that is 6.92 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So this is the maximum pressure that smaller piston can bear or withstand. The maximum pressure that smaller piston can withstand is 6.92 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Understood? Okay. Hope you have understood this numerical. So such kind of another numerical we will solve. We will solve another numerical on the same concept. Okay. Then you will understand some more things. Next question. Write on the next question. The neck and bottom of a bottle are 2 cm and 10 cm in diameter respectively. The neck and bottom of a bottle are 2 cm and 10 cm in diameter respectively. The neck and bottom of a bottle are 2 cm and 10 cm in diameter respectively. Give list of. The neck and bottom of a bottle are 2 cm and 10 cm in diameter respectively. Give list of. If the cork is pressed, if the cork, C-O-R-K, cork is pressed with a force of, if the cork is pressed with a force of 1.2 kgf, if the cork is pressed with a force of 1.2 kg force in the neck of the bottle, 1.2 kgf in the neck of the bottle, calculate the force exerted on the bottom of the bottle. If the cork is pressed with a force of 1.2 kgf in the neck of the bottle, calculate the force exerted on the bottom of the bottle. Calculate the force exerted on the bottom of the bottle. Okay. So read the question properly. What is given? See here, there is a bottle. There is a bottle. So this bottle will be like this. Okay. Just for your understanding, I am drawing the diagram. Diagram is not required. Okay. So this is a bottle. Okay. The neck and bottom of a bottle are 2 centimeter and 10 centimeter. The neck is 2 centimeter and the bottom is 10 centimeter in a diameter. In a diameter, if the cork is pressed with a force of, here cork is pressed with a force of 1.2 kg force, 1.2 kgf in the neck of the bottle. Calculate the force exerted on the bottom of the bottle. So how much force is exerted on the bottom of the bottle? Understood? So here, so radius of neck, radius of neck, it is I will write it as capital R. I will write it as capital R, and radius is 2 centimeter is diameter. So 2 centimeter divided by 2, that is 1 centimeter, right? And now radius of bottom, radius of bottom, it is I will write it as small r. Small r is equal to, diameter is given as 10 centimeter. So 10 centimeter divided by 2, that is 5 centimeter, right? So now the pressure, the force on neck, that is the force on neck, that is F is equal to 1.2 kgf. What is this kgf? Kgf is the unit of force, absolute unit of force, gravitational unit of force. That is, you will study in the laws of motion, Newton's laws of motion. There you will study that kgf is not a picture, kgf is not a picture, it is a unit of force, kilogram force. So that is, so this can be done as 1.2 into 9.8 Newton. That is, the relation is that 1 kgf is equal to 9.8 Newton. 1 kgf is equal to 9.8 Newton. So therefore, multiply that with acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.8, then you will get force in terms of Newton. You will get force in terms of Newton. Understood? Okay. And now force on bottom. So force on bottom, that is small f, is equal to question mark, right? So according to Pascal's law, the pressure exerted at this end must be transmitted equally to all other parts. That is, pressure at the neck must be same as pressure at the bottom. According to Pascal's law, pressure at neck must be same as pressure at bottom. Pressure at neck must be same as pressure at bottom. So therefore, pressure at neck, that is force divided by area, and pressure at bottom, that is force divided by area. So therefore, we want pressure at bottom or force at bottom we want. So therefore, F is equal to, that is small f, so that is force at bottom. So small f is equal to capital, that is small a divided by capital A into f. That is small a is the area of the bottom. Area of the bottom is pi r square. That is pi small r square, and area of the neck, that is pi capital R square into capital F. So therefore, F is equal to pi cancel r square, that is small r, radius of the bottom. So radius of the bottom is 5 centimeter. So 5 divided by radius of the neck is 1. So 5 by 1 square. Centimeter cancel. So no problem. Even if you write in CJ system unit, so it will becomes correct. Okay. Into force on the neck, it is 1.2 into 9.8. So 5 square is nothing but 25. So that is F is equal to, do the calculation, you will get the answer. So the answer will come so to be, I will write the answer directly. The answer will come so to be 30 kgf, that is in terms of gram force. So in terms of gram force, 30 kgf. So we'll get 30 kgf. Understood? So this is how we have to solve the numerical. So try to understand the numerical. Both the numericals are on the same concept. That is, just now we have solved one more numerical, first numerical and second numerical. Both these are on the same concept. Next, write a homework. Write a homework. This is a homework. In a car lift, compressed air exerts a force capital F1. In a car lift, compressed air exerts a force capital F1 on a small piston having a radius of 5 centimeter. On a small piston having a radius of 5 centimeter. You please stop. This pressure is transmitted to a second piston of radius 15 centimeter. This pressure is transmitted to a second piston of radius 15 centimeter. You please stop. This pressure is transmitted to a second piston of radius 15 centimeter. You please stop. If the mass of the car to be lifted is 1350 kg. If the mass of the car to be lifted is 1350 kg, comma. What is F1? What is F1? Question mark. What is F1? Question mark. What is the pressure necessary to accomplish this task? What is the pressure necessary to accomplish this task? What is the pressure necessary to accomplish this task? Question mark. Okay. I'll give the answer. This is homework. I'll give direct last answer. What the answer you will have to get. So try at your home. So the pressure force, that is F1 is equal to, comes out to be 1.5 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. 1.5 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. And pressure has to come out to be 1.9 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So these two are the answers that you have to get. And try at your home. So this is a homework. Try and you will get the solution. And this is also on the same concept, that is hydraulic lift. The concept behind this homework is also hydraulic lift. Understood? Okay. Next to numerical. Now let us solve next numerical. Next numerical. The cylindrical tube of a spray pump. The cylindrical tube of a spray pump. Next numerical, fourth one. The cylindrical tube of a spray pump has a cross section of. The cylindrical tube of a spray pump has a cross section of 8.0 centimeter square. Has a cross section of 8.0 centimeter square, that is square centimeter. The cylindrical tube of a spray pump has a cross section of 8.0 square centimeter. One end of which has 40 fine holes. One end of which has 40 fine holes. One end of which has 40 fine holes. Each of diameter 1.0 millimeter. One end of which has 40 fine holes, each of diameter 1.0 millimeter. You please stop. If the liquid flow inside the tube is, 1.5 meter per minute, 1.5 meter per minute, 1.5 meter per minute, comma. What is the speed of ejection of the liquid through the holes? What is the speed of ejection of the liquid through the holes? What is the speed of ejection of the liquid through the holes? What is the speed of ejection of the liquid through the holes? Question mark. So this numerical we have to solve. Read the question carefully, then try to solve. Read the question carefully first and try to solve. Read the question once again and understand the concept, then you will be able to solve the question. Read the question once again. So here, the cylindrical tube of spray pump has a cross section of 8.0 centimeter square. It is area of cross section. Area of cross section of tube. Area of cross section of tube. That is, I will say it as A1. 8.0 square centimeter. That is 8.0 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Right. And then what else they have given? One end of which has 40 fine holes. That is number of holes. Number of holes. Number of holes. That is equal to n. That is 40. One end of which has 40 fine holes. Each of diameter 1.0 millimeter. That means diameter is 1.0 millimeter. That means radius. Radius of each hole. Radius of each hole. It is small r is equal to diameter is 1.0 millimeter divided by 2. So that is 0.5 millimeter. That is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. This is radius of each hole. Right. Diameter is given. Diameter divided by 2 is the radius. So that's why we have to divide it by 2. If the liquid flow inside the tube is 1.5 meter per minute, that is the velocity of liquid in a tube. What else? If the liquid flow inside the tube, velocity of liquid in a tube. Velocity of liquid in a tube. So say it as V1. It is V1 is equal to what the value is given, 1.5 meter per minute. It is meter per minute. So convert into meter per second. Meter, that is 1.5 meter divided by 1 minute. 1 minute is equal to how many second? 60 second. Understood? So therefore 1.5 divided by 60, that will becomes 2.5 meter per second. 2.5 meter per second. 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. It will becomes 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second. This will be the velocity of the liquid in the tube. And then what we have to calculate, what is the speed of ejection of liquid through the holes? The velocity of liquid through the holes is question mark. Velocity of liquid through hole. It is V2 is equal to question mark. Understood? So now first find out area of cross section at the another end. Area of cross section of tube, that is 8.0 centimeter square, and there are number of holes is 40. So therefore total area of holes. Total area of holes. So that we will write it as A2 is equal to n into pi r square. N into pi r square. Number of holes into area of each hole. Area of each hole will be pi r square. So n is 40 and pi is 3.14 and r radius is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole square. So on simplification, you will get this value as A2 is equal to, so I will write it directly, A2 value will get, that is total area of the holes 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter square. 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter square. So that will be the area. So now according to, now solution, these all other things are given. Now the solution, according to equation of continuity, so that is A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So therefore we want V2. So V2 is equal to, therefore V2 is equal to A1 V1 divided by A2. So that is V2 is equal to A1 area of cross section of the tube, that is 8.0 into 10 to the power minus 4. Velocity of the liquid in the tube, it is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second divided by A2. Total area of holes, that is 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter square. So simplify this one, you will get the answer in meter per second. You will get the answer in terms of meter per second. The answer will come so to be, so it is 0.64. On calculation you will get 0.64 meter per second. So this is the velocity of the liquid in each hole, that is speed of the liquid in each hole. That is what they are asking. What is the speed of ejection of the liquid through the holes? Understood? Okay. So this is how you have to solve the numericals. Okay. Next problem. Next problem, write down the next problem. Next problem. In a test experiment, write down the next problem. In a test experiment on a model aeroplane, in a test experiment on a model aeroplane, in a wind tunnel, in a test experiment on a model aeroplane, in a test experiment on a model aeroplane, in a wind tunnel, comma, the flow speeds on the upper and lower surfaces of the wing, the flow speeds on the upper and lower surfaces of the wing, or the flow speeds on the upper and lower surfaces of the wing are, the flow speeds on the upper and lower surfaces of the wing are 70 meter per second and 63 meter per second respectively. 70 meter per second and 63 meter per second respectively. Give a list of what is the lift on the wing? What is the lift? Dynamic lift. What is the dynamic lift on the wing, comma. What is the dynamic lift on the wing, comma. If its area is 2.5 meter square, what is the lift on the wing, comma, if its area is 2.5 meter square, if its area is 2.5 meter square, question mark. Take density of air to be 1.3 kg per meter cube. Take density of air to be 1.3 kg per meter cube. Take density of air to be 1.3 kg per meter cube. Okay. Read the question carefully. First thing in physics you have to do is read the question 2 or 3 times. Then understand the question and then recall the situation. So understand on which concept, on which topic this problem is from. Then recall the learned concept about that particular concept on which the problem depends. Then try to solve the numerical. That is how you have to do. Understood in physics. So what is given? In a test experiment on a model aeroplane in a wind tunnel, the flow speeds on the upper and lower surface of the wing are 70 meter per second and 63 meter per second respectively. It is velocity of air on upper surface of wing. I will say it as V1 is equal to 70 meter per second, right? 70 on upper surface on speeds on the upper and lower, right? Velocity of air on lower surface of wing, I will say it as V2, that is equal to 63 meter per second. It is given. Then what else? What is the lift on the wing? What is the dynamic lift on the wing? If its area is, so area of the wing, area of wing, area of wing, so A is equal to 2.5 meter square. Area is equal to 2.5 meter square. If its area is 2.5 meter square, take density of air to be. So density of air is also given. So density of air is rho is equal to 1.3 kg per meter cube. Okay. So what we have to find is, what is the lift on the wing? That is, what is the net upward force on the wing? What is the dynamic lift? Dynamic lift on a wing. We have studied about this dynamic lift. It is nothing but force, upward force. Okay. So first we have to take that the upper and lower surfaces of the wing are at the same horizontal height. Let the upper and lower surfaces of wing are at same horizontal, same height, are at the same height from the fixed surface, same height from fixed horizontal surface, fixed horizontal surface. Okay. That is H is constant. That is H is equal to constant. So H is not different. So upper surface of the wing and lower surface of the wing are at the same horizontal level. So like that we have to consider, then we will be able to solve very easily. So now according to Bernoulli's theorem, so that is P1 plus 1 by 2 rho V square plus 1 by 2 rho V square plus rho GH is equal to P2 plus 1 by 2 rho V square, V1 square, and this one V2. This is P2 plus rho GH. So that is H is taken as same, that is H1 and H2 if you write, and here H is constant, that is H1 is equal to H2 is equal to H. Then this rho GH you get cancelled, so you will get so P2 minus P1 is equal to, therefore pressure difference between upper and lower surface, between upper and lower surface, that is P2 minus P1 is equal to, P2 minus P1 is equal to, that is 1 by 2 rho V1 square minus 1 by 2 rho V2 square. So it is 1 by 2 rho is taken common, V1 square minus V2 square, right. This is pressure difference. This is difference in the pressure. So therefore, so now the dynamic lift, that is the net upward force, that is called as dynamic lift. Dynamic lift on wings is given by F is equal to P2 minus P1, that is pressure difference into area of the wing, So that is F is equal to P2 minus P1, that is nothing but 1 by 2 rho V1 square minus V2 square, 1 by 2 rho V1 square minus V2 square into A. So therefore F is equal to 1 by 2 rho, density of the air is 1.3. Now substitute the values into V1, velocity of the air on upper surface of the wing, that is 70 meter square minus 63 meter square into area of the wing is 2.5. Now do the calculation and you will get the answer. So you only do the calculation, I will write the answer here. So the answer will come out to be, that is F is equal to, do the calculation. Small calculator is allowed. Small calculator is allowed. You can use the small calculator and do the calculation on your own. The answer will come out to be F is equal to 1.51 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. 1.51 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. This is how you have to solve the numericals. Okay. Just I am calculating, the calculation part is left to you people, and I am telling all about physics. So this is how you have to get the answer by using the Bernoulli's theorem. So this is based on the Bernoulli's equation. Understood? So such kind of numericals we will solve some more in the next class. In the next class we will solve more and more numericals. Okay.